I am Adrianne Allen. I'm here with Joshua J. I'm here with Amber Evans. I'm Adrianne Allen. I am a yogi enthusiast. I'm a yoga instructor, a fitness instructor, and I also do holistic healing. And Joshua J., who are you?
Hi, everybody. My name is Joshua J. I am a certified life and mental wellness coach supporting the Black and queer community in being happy, healthy, and wealthy. And Amber, who are you?
I am Coach Amber Evans. I am a fitness instructor, a yoga instructor, and also a lifestyle coach. So not just focusing on goals, but making changes that help improve the overall quality of your lifestyle.
Beautiful. Adrianne, what's the topic for today?
The topic today is new beginnings, new blessings, new journeys. Well, the topic is new beginnings, but under that, what do we have? New blessings, new journeys, new chapters. How do you all feel about that topic? What does that mean to you? What does new beginnings mean to you?
Well, since Amber is guest today.
Oh yeah, Amber's our guest. So you all, I don't know what we're doing. We're starting this little TV show. And we started 2 weeks ago. We've had one episode. It went great. But the thing is, I like to talk a lot. Joshua J likes to talk a lot. Amber loves to talk. So we're trying to keep it, because last time we were on live for probably close to an hour.
Yeah. Just
because we were feeding off of each other. It was like bam, bam, bam. So now we're trying to keep it under 30 minutes or 20 minutes?
30 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to put a time.
Well, then in new beginnings, I have a question for you guys. Both of you mentioned the other day that you were making some changes and starting new chapters, creating new habits for yourself. So I just wanted to know more about those changes, because we didn't get a chance to go into depth on the specific changes you guys were doing. So I would love to hear about those changes and what they mean for you and why you're going this way.
You want to go, Adrianne, or you want me to go?
Go ahead.
Okay. So new beginnings.
Question sink into me.
I love how Amber, we threw it over to her and she threw it right back at us. But new beginnings. As of tomorrow, today's Friday, as of tomorrow, I am starting 75 Hard. And
Woo!
75 Hard, for those that don't know, is more of a mental fitness challenge. You have to read 10 pages of a personal development book. You have to work out twice in one day. So 2 45-minute exercises. You have to drink
I've heard of
water.
This. Oh, yes. Okay.
That's major. One has to be outside.
One has to be outside. Both have to be 45 minutes. And if you miss any part of 75 Hard, you have to start the program over. And so it's a program of 75 days. I'm honestly doing this because I felt recently that I was lacking discipline. We all know my story. I was in corporate America, left in December, started the entrepreneurial route. I have been doing really well in the space, and I just want to take my life to the next level. And in order to do that, I needed to push myself past my own limitations. And to do that, I'm choosing to do 75 Hard. And then right after that, I'm actually going to start working with a coach in the fitness space so I can start competing competitively on a national level. So yeah, that's new beginnings.
Competing for what?
Bodybuilding.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yes.
You want to be what? He's gonna be up there dancing. He's gonna be up there dancing, twerking.
Listen,
what's that called? It's the signature one.
Listen, Mr. Olympic.
That's it.
That's the Mr. Olympic pose.
Yep.
What? That's exciting. I'm gonna be in the front row with my little clapper.
Come on, with some little pom-poms.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Adrianne. He gonna
exciting.
He gonna lose character and start dancing.
I know. It's gonna be like so fun. I'm so excited for you.
Well, thank you. So with me, just trying to push the needle forward and try new things and continue just to improve myself 1% better every day. But I would love to hear what new beginnings do y'all have going on, either Adrianne or Amber?
I have a ton. So we're not going to get too heavy because I have a lot of new beginnings. Work, relationships, even this is new for me. I'm not sure if I touched on it last time, Joshua J, that I'm not used to doing like podcasts and interviews and whatever this is. I'm not used to this, but I'm enjoying it, just speaking on camera. If I do, then I'm teaching a yoga class, and as Amber knows, when teaching a class, you can get a little robotic and you don't have to think as much, it just goes. So this is more intimate, and it's forcing me to get outside of my comfort zone. So this is a new beginning, just being here with you guys. And also work, I've been a little not disorganized, but just scattered. I'm so many places, Lifetime, CG, the healing space, Diana School of Yoga, just everywhere. And I'm trying to compartmentalize all of those jobs and just have maybe 2 or 3 things to focus on rather than 15 things to focus on, just so I can put more quality into my work, you know what I mean? And not just, okay, let me write a workout here really quick. It takes 2 seconds, and then go over here and give them the same workout. And they're 2 different groups, so maybe they shouldn't have the exact same workout. So just trying to slow things down and be a little more dart focused rather than all over the place. Naturally I'm all over the place. So I have to force myself to focus. You know what I'm saying? And then just new relationships, new people coming in and out of my life, and not worrying, not focusing so much on the past. When people, everyone has their season. And I think we talked about this too last time, Joshua J, that sometimes we get attached to people or to situations and we don't allow it to pass. It could be a situation that you've been in for 10 years, for 5 years, for 6 months, a job, a relationship, a friendship, but because they're there or because it's there, whether it's a positive or a negative, it's a habit. And I think a lot of times we'll get attached to good habits or bad habits because it's consistent. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I've been working on just allowing situations, people, jobs, clothes, food, whatever, to when it's time to pass, allow it to pass so I can move forward. Yeah. That's all I got, y'all.
That was a lot. Well,
I love it.
You know I get heavy. Ask me anything, it's gonna get deep. Huh?
I said, so for you, it comes in phases. You let it go when it's time to let it go.
When it's time, absolutely. People, like I said, jobs, so just keeping my awareness and staying caught up with life, so.
Adrianne,
Yes.
Before Amber go, I'm actually reading, there's a daily historic journal that I do every morning, and the weekly, this week that we're doing, the theme is to simplify. And that's exactly what I heard you saying, that you're trying to
Yes.
simplify.
I guess that's what I'm trying to do. Yep, simplify my life. Since I was 19, it's been go, go, go. Since I've been teaching, go, 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 go. Living out of my car, not literally. I don't want people to think that I'm living in my car, but radio in the car, eating in the car. So just trying to space things out, have more awareness in the present moment, and slow down a little bit. Yeah, slow down some, wake up and not schedule things back to back to back. I don't have to, we can spread it out, leave a 30-minute rest. Amber, when you did your meditation workshop a few months ago, that really sat well with me, just sitting still for 5 minutes. I'm Energizer Bunny. So it's like, I try to get so much done in one day, but you don't have to. So it's I'll write my schedule for the week and how much can I finish in one day? You don't have to knock out 2 or 3 tasks and keep it moving, So yeah, slowing down and being more organized and intentional with life.
I love that.
Love that. Love it. So discipline, simplification, and organization. And And I want to say mine is also this phase that I'm moving into as far as new beginning. It started off with simplifying as well. So leaving the 9 to 5, which we say 9 to 5, but it's really like 9 to 8, 9 to 9 some days. But I am, as a working mom, just balancing life, career, um, and in my previous role, it was just a lot to juggle myself, take care of myself, take care of my family, be at work and be attentive, taking care of everyone and everything there. And then also as a yoga instructor, prioritizing my passion and then being a wife, it's a lot. So there was a big part of me that wanted that simplification, but also honoring the fact that I'm a mother and I only get this one space, and I refer to it as my one shot as a parent to give them what they need and then go on about my way as they go about their way. And I don't want to look back with any regrets. There's so many things that I can look back on and be like, oh, I wish I would have done that differently. And as an instructor or as a coach, you both know, maybe you don't have your strongest class that day, or you're like, man, I could do better. You still have an opportunity to come back the next week and shine and be like, I got y'all, I'm gonna rock it this week. But as a mother, like, you F them up, they just in therapy, and then you having to apologize for something you did or said. Like, I just want to be present and I want to be here for them. And I wanted a lifestyle that incorporated my passion and also my family, where I wouldn't have to feel like in order for me to meet everyone or be there for everyone, I have to give them 15% of myself. So I have to figure out how to take my whole person and spread it across everyone, which no one's really getting the best of me because I'm spread across all of these different things. So this new beginning is letting go of that so that I have more balance and have more time with my family. But I do want to add, everybody looks at beginnings very differently because there's change where some people, they like that same routine, that same thing. And I've never been that kind of person. And I always thought, because and I don't know if it's generational or what, but I always thought that somebody that wanted to do a different role or do a different job, because that was me, like, I've mastered this, I've accomplished this, I'm ready to go and do something else now. As a lifelong learner, I love learning new things. So I would be in one role and I'd be like, okay, I'm good here. Let's go learn something else. I always thought that that was a flaw, but I see now that that is just part of my strength. It's a skill set. And I'm learning to, over the past couple of years, embrace that part of myself. So a new beginning for me, and for you, because I feel like we're all pretty much kind of the same personality type. It's going to continue to come. And it's okay that I don't have this new beginning and this is going to be the set path or the set way for the next 20 years. This is my beginning. I'm going to learn here. I'm going to grow here. I'm going to serve here. And then when it's time, as you mentioned, when it's time where I feel like my spirit is ready to stretch and expand and learn something different, that'll be another beginning. But here, this space means a lot to me as a mom, because this season is short.
I want to highlight some stuff that you said. With you, like, you owning the coaching space and now you're owning motherhood. Truly, Adrianne, you're simplifying life and you were really just like, you know what, I'm distracted, or I have a lot going on and I'm just bringing it all together. And me, like, I'm pushing myself, you know, as Black people, let's just get to the realness of it. We don't typically push ourselves beyond what's given to us. We get stuck in this environment of, oh, I got to work, I got to go to school, I got to get a good job, I got to do these things that society has already pretty much just handed to us. And we are kind of different. We're changing the narrative of our lives right now. And so I kind of want to hear what advice could you give to someone that looks like us, who know that they need a new beginning, but they're too scared, or something is holding them back from attempting to go after that new beginning?
Do you think it's more in a racial culture, like as Black people, or do you think it's more socioeconomic class? because that's how I think of it, is more of a class. Like as middle class, we are already programmed to think this is how we have to do it. You have to go to school, you have to get your degree, you have to work, and you have to earn enough to get by and get your house and get your, like, I can't remember a time in my life where I didn't think that that was what we were supposed to be doing. But I don't know if it's because it's the Black community or if it's just our class. And this is what middle class was created to do. It was created to strengthen I lost it.
The upper class, the
Upper
upper
class, the rich, like this is
Yeah.
what this class was created to do. And I wonder if this is what we were programmed to do from the very beginning. So that's
I
my
think it's
question.
both. I think
Black
it's
folks, but I understand what both of you all are saying as far as class, but I know you, Joshua J, you like to target and focus on the Black community. And you know how I feel. I love my people. I love my people. I'm all for my people. But I feel like out of, unfortunately, it's hard even for me to say it, out of everybody, all of the other races, we've gone from up here, kings and queens, to down here. And we've been stuck down here. And a part of the reason is because we're unable, not all, I always like to throw that out there, not all, but we're not able to work together. You don't see a lot of this. You don't see a lot of Amber, Joshua, and Adrianne, just getting together and talking to try to empower other people or other Black people or other classes or whoever. But so I understand what both of you all are saying. Joshua J, you're like, Black community, and Amber is on the class. But I know Joshua J, you like to focus on targeting the Black community, correct?
hold on, because I want to make sure that the language is received well with the audience.
Of
My
course.
whole brand is to support the Black and queer community, yes. But I think to answer Amber's question, I think it's both. I think it's what you said, Adrianne. Yeah, we were kings and queens. We were in community. We were up here. We were vibing high. We were working together. And we've lost a part of that. Now we can talk about systemic racism and all that stuff.
Some was taken, but we also lost, taken and lost.
Yes, yes. And then I think you got to look at it from the overview. We went from kings and queens to the bottom of the barrel in a way, but it's because we fit into the middle class and lower middle class and poverty. And, there's just a lot that goes into the individual that we are programmed in so many ways to do based on class. Yes. Like you go to work, you get a good job. If you have the financial means, you go get a good education so you can make more money in the job that you're supposed to work for the next 40 or 50 years. So I think it's both. I really do. I think
I agree.
We've lost ourselves in so many words.
Due to, I think, between social programming, systemic oppression, and racism, it was all created for us to lose ourselves. So it was never meant for us to think highly of ourselves in comparison or even know or remember where we come from. And that's, as a parent, the most frustrating thing about what I see happening in the school systems, where even a little bit of knowledge of our either this country as well as us as African Americans, we're slowly trying to backpedal, change the story, change the narrative even more than it has already been done. So, like, I don't know about you guys, but I didn't learn more about my history in school. I learned that the majority of what I know, I learned after I finished school.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's only getting worse. And it's only getting worse because what they want to make sure of is systemically that we're not as educated about what we can do when we come together. I don't think it's of any fault of our own. I think we are, as a whole, we were put here to believe this. We were put here to believe that we can't work together. When we think about even families coming together and how strong Black families are, that was something that wasn't even allowed to be had. Why? Because we It's known that we're stronger in numbers. It's known this. So marriage, children being taken away from parents, this is all part of a philosophy to keep us separated, to keep us uneducated, to keep us from knowing what we can do when we come together and what we're actually fully capable of, like you said, from here to here. So yeah, I think it is both, but I think more so than anything, it's all by design.
Mm.
Oh yeah, this was pre-orchestrated. And unfortunately it's worked, but the numbers outweigh our numbers. So it's difficult when I think we're at a population of what, 14% maybe?
Yeah,
I think
something around there
14 or 15.
For what?
for Black people.
Yeah, we're 14%. I believe 14, maybe 15. So we're outnumbered, and if you take an animal out of its natural environment, it turns into a wild animal, because it's not in its natural essence. So we're not vibrating on a high frequency level. We're vibrating really low. And it's sad, it's unfortunate, but you have to start somewhere. That's why I'm happy that we've gotten together, and hopefully we can inspire other Black people, or just people in general, white.
On a generational level, I feel like it's happening as it should in the order of things, the younger generation kind of pushing and testing boundaries, but it's happening, I feel, at a very large rate generationally. Like millennials, like, I'm not accepting this. I'm not accepting pay. I'm not accepting this 9 to 5 you claim is I'm supposed to be doing. College, what's college? How about gap year?
But look at the world. Look at it, internet, Instagram, Facebook, filters, what else? These video games with we live in such an unnatural world now, the world is so unnatural, it takes us out of our natural essence, and I think our people, like, our natural essence is so holy and so beautiful and so soft and so strong and so golden and so smart and so creative. Like, I'll keep going with the adjectives, but like I said, you take something so beautiful out of its natural element, and you take an animal out of its natural element, it turns into a wild animal. And that's just not even the environment, but we can go on environment, we can go on religion, we can go on, everything. Everything. If we want to get heavy now, I mean, we may have to wait for episode 3. And I have a glass of wine right here. Trying to keep it a little low. I don't know we want to get too heavy, but I'm always ready to dig deep and deeper and deeper. But truth is truth, and a lot of us know the truth. And if y'all don't, yeah.
Where do we start? Like, I know, like, look at us. Like, I've known you, Amber, what, 2 years almost now, and Adrianne, I met you.
What about
I lied, a year and a half? Yeah, maybe 6 months. And we're coming together and we are collaborating, and we have all different missions. Everybody's focusing on different things, but we are co-creating with stuff like this.
No, I feel like we all have the same mission. We're just doing it a little differently, but we're one in the same across this thread here. And
what's your mission?
Our desire to serve people and help people live a better life. We all do that by doing it. We have a little differences in how we do it, but we're after the same thing. We want to help people be the best version of themselves.
Yeah.
You so like eloquently, like so professionally spoken.
I don't with y'all.
Now I'm over here like Black power. Let's talk about truth.
So like, okay, so we are co-creating. How do we get more people? And let's jump off race. Like, let's jump off of Black people.
Yeah, for sure.
How do we get more people to realize that we have become so detached from nature and environment and life and just the natural going of things? And how do we get them into new beginnings? How do we how do we show that it's okay to step out on faith, or that it's okay to follow your passion or your dreams? Like, how do we get more people to be okay with chasing new beginnings?
I think just by doing it.
Yep, I was gonna say by doing it ourselves. Yep.
When everybody's ready, will come. I think about, and when I think about that, I think it makes me think about when I decided to become vegetarian for this latest time. This was my third attempt at giving up meat. But this last time I had educated myself a lot more, and in my spirit, I was just very ready. And my daughter was just a couple months old, so this is about 12 years now. But y'all, people was ready to take my black card. I was told, oh, if you don't want no fried chicken, you ain't a black woman, all the, oh, that's so weird. Why would you do that? I mean, to the point where I just found it kind of ridiculous at some of the comments people were making, all because I'm saying I don't eat meat. I still eat food, and everything on your plate isn't just meat. Like, do you eat bread? Do you eat vegetables? Do you drink water? Okay, I'm doing that too. I just have one less thing on my plate. Like, what is so weird about this? But it was just kind of bizarre. At first, it was funny to me, and I would laugh it off. But then it just, I remember talking to my husband, and I was like, what's so weird about, oh, you do yoga and you giving up meat? People like wondered if I was joining a cult. And it was so many things people were saying. And this is all even family and friends, right? To the point where I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to say much about it, because this is still an intimate, sacred space for me that I am learning, and I'm happy here. So, but what's ironic is over this 12-year time period, almost everybody was like, so I went to the doctor and they said this, and this. I think I might be needing to try what you're doing. Or I've gotten messages on Facebook. Hey, can you tell me about how you do? I'm thinking about giving up meat, and it says I can be healthy. So people want to be healthier. They want to be more fit, but it had to happen in their season. And so while they were knocking it and laughing at, not realizing some of the comments they were making and how it might make me feel, it's funny, they all came back around asking friends.
Amber, I can relate. Like you telling your story, keep going, but I'm a bounce back because I can relate to that.
Yeah. So look, I want my black card back because you ready to give up me. Like my black card. So give it back, and I'm gonna tell you how to do it. No, but I'm just kidding. In all seriousness, I think just by doing it and by living, at some point when everybody's ready and it's their time, they'll come around.
For sure. To touch on that, I can 100% relate, because, I was vegan for 5 years. And when I transitioned to veganism, how are you going to get your protein?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Everybody's question.
How are you going to get your protein? And blah, 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 blah. And then after about 2, 3, 4 years, you get those messages. Well, what's up with the veganism? And I see you feeling good. And then recently, New Beginnings, I should have talked about this topic here. New Beginnings, I recently started eating meat again. March of this year, or April, beginning of April. And even that was a thing. Why are you eating meat again? You've been vegan for 4 years, and that's your identity. That's you. That's who you are. But is it? So I just feel like regardless of anything, there'll always be someone that's going to comment on your journey and your life, whether it's positive or negative. Someone will always have something to say. So you might as well
outside of the box. Nobody has anything to say when you're following
their truth.
Oh, that's good. Right. Yeah. Do anything different.
I think
when you're following their truth, and that's not all, but a majority people. A lot of people feel like their walk in life is the right walk. So if you're not following their walk and you're doing something untraditional, meaning tradition, their tradition, then it's like, what are you doing, you black sheep? Shame on you. Or just a lot of questions because what you're doing is not their truth, which is the truth in their eyes. And not all people, but of course we've all ran into a few, but that's when, if everyone has something to say about your journey, you just have to do your journey and enjoy yourself on the journey and be a reflection.
It's important to bring awareness to exactly everything that we're sharing, because Amber and Adrianne, having those people literally say, why are you doing it? Why are you going that way? And then as you continue to know beginning, or you change into a different direction, having those same people judge you as well. I think it's about programming. And I think society as a whole, no matter what echelon, whatever that word is, no matter what race or class you fall into, you have these given rules. You have these undefined, they're not printed in the textbook, rules of how you should be and how you should act and how you should. And it's nice that you guys shared your stories, because people are programmed. And just because we are choosing to do new beginnings or step out of the programming ourselves, we still are in environments where people around us are programmed. And so they are saying, hey, you're doing something that's going against programming. Let me pull you back this way. And they don't even know it because it's unconscious. So as we continue to progress, we just have to be aware that when we are choosing to step into new beginnings or doing something new, the world around us, the environment around us, our family, our friends, our partners, our relationships, our environment is still the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a book. I can't think of the name of it. I'm trying to look and see if I see it. It may be from the Four Agreements. I don't know, but it was a short story in there, and he was talking about imagine just being at a party and being surrounded by drunk people, and you are the only one sober. It's completely different realities. And then he said to think about it as, at one point you were drunk like them, so you know how they feel, the false reality that they're in, and finally you sobered up, new beginnings, new blessings, new awakening, but you still see the drunks. He didn't word it exactly like that, but the story was very similar. And sometimes you don't know how drunk you are, you don't know the level of awakening you've received. So yeah, I'm gonna
I really like that, because one thing that I pride myself on or really value, one or both, is I like for everybody to feel comfortable enough around me to be themselves. So even in that scenario, if I'm the sober one in the room and you're really drunk, I don't want you to in any way feel embarrassed by what you're doing. So I'm gonna listen to your drunk stories. I might even laugh. You offer me a drink. Oh no, I don't drink. But the only thing that gets really tough about being in that space is the judgment or the comments. Because it's like, okay, I'm giving you this space to be yourself. Hopefully feel comfortable enough around me to be you as you are. Why can't I get the same? So that's the only thing that really gets challenging, but I understand it just when you are the only one that's different in the room. But I do like that, because as a coach or just as an individual, I want everybody to feel comfortable enough sharing their journey, sharing their experience. Okay, I don't eat meat, but you eat meat. My whole family at the table, they eat meat. I'm the only one. If they decide they don't want to, I'm gonna jump up and down and we go. But right now, that's what serves them. So I'm not the person at the dinner table, unless we really close. I might make a joke, but I'm just kidding. But making someone else feel bad about their choices. And I think that's really important too, is when we talk about new beginnings, really understanding what it means to support someone in that space, whether you are there or not, because it takes a lot of faith, it takes a lot of courage to do something, to start a new beginning. And I think when a person decides to do something new, we don't even know what's happened behind the scenes for that person to be able to say, okay, I'm going to make this change. But it's a lot. Even something as simple as, well, I'm not saying it's simple, but something like 75 hard, right? That's what it is, 75 hard. You're going to do the same thing, or you're going to add more incorporate more discipline, that takes a lot, because you had to leave certain habits, or you had to leave certain behaviors behind. And that doesn't mean, day 1, day 3, it's always easy, but it gets tough at a certain point. And what you want is support. And so I think the biggest thing that we all have to remember in new beginnings is, we don't know what it took for that person to get there, but just celebrating, even in it being different, them taking the steps they feel they need to take for a new life.
Amber, on the opposite of that conversation, I think it's also important that as we choose as individuals to have new beginnings, that we share that with the people closest to us. Hey, y'all, I'm starting 75 hard, and it may be difficult, but I would love to have your support. Or I'm starting this new beginning, and this is what it's going to require or take, but we got to get into the habit of verbalizing our new beginnings when we feel comfortable, of course, to at least bring awareness to the people that are in our environment, because sometimes we start new beginnings and we don't even share it. And we keep it internal, and we're like, well, I don't know what they're going to say, or I don't know what they're going to think, or I don't know how they're going to react. Instead of going through all of those negative emotions or worry, we got to start communicating and saying, hey, I've decided to do this. I would love to have your support. We could talk about it if you want. And if not, okay, cool. And then we move on. So I know we're trying to keep it at 30 minutes roughly. So any final thoughts from you guys about new beginnings, or anything you want to leave the audience with?
I will say, I think it's about respect, just to bounce off what you said, Joshua J, it's just respecting other people's journey. And I posted something recently, and it said, other people's lives don't have to make sense to you. And I just love that quote. Other people's lives don't have to, we're all on different journeys. We have a past, and you don't know what someone has went through. I have another favorite quote, nothing others say. Don't take anything personally. Nothing others say or do has anything to do with you. It's a reflection of their own reality. It's a reflection of their own dream. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be a victim of needless suffering. Woo!
Can I get that in writing, please? Because I need that.
That one right there changed my life. So I just think we just need to stay in our own little bubbles and give little pieces of love and be respectful. Just respect other people's journeys, because you don't know what they have been through. You don't know how they're receiving the information. You don't know how they're perceiving your energy. Me being Miss Hyper can be completely overwhelming for someone. It just may be too much, and someone else may love it. And I have to respect that. Not everyone's going to love Amber. Most people will, because she's great. Some people won't love Joshua J. Most people will, because he's great, but we can't take it personal. So I just think, life is just about giving love, which is a reflection of spirituality and God, whatever you believe in, pumping love into people, and not taking things personally, giving respect and keeping it moving, So that's all I got.
What about you, Amber?
I think I just actually wanted to share one resource in this new beginning that I have found to be awesome. So I'm a book lover. Yoga books and food I love. I can't educate on food. I just like to eat it. But there's this one book, Atomic Habits, that I read at the beginning of summer. This is such a good book. I loved it because it didn't talk about, and I'm naturally a more goal-oriented person, or have been, but it talked less about focusing on the goals and more about the lifestyle changes. So if you're looking for support in how to go about creating those habits or creating those lifestyle changes, this has been a good book. And my favorite part is it talks about the tiny changes that make a great impact. And I think if we just focus on incorporating those little lifestyle things that make us feel better and that we identify with on a deeper level, not just a goal of I want to lose 10 pounds, but this is the type of person I want to be. And this habit to me supports me being this kind of person. This is a great book. So I'm leaving with a resource.
I love
thank
that.
you. Can you hold it up one more time?
And what's the author's name?
Think
James
I-
Clear, Atomic Habits, James Clear. Great read. And I did the same thing, Joshua, because I have like 3 books that I read at the same time. But this one was good, but I started with just 1 chapter in the morning. It was very easy to get through, and I'm a journaler. So as I was journaling, because you find so many things that resonate with you, I would read something and then journal it so that I can come back to that part later as I'm incorporating. But it gives a lot of really good information.
I love that. And just to add another good read, if you haven't, is Winning by Tim Grover. It's all about having like this winning mindset, and he used different stories with Michael Jordan through basketball that
Oh,
really set up people in to win well. Something that I do with New Beginnings that I want to offer to everyone is 2 things, and I'm actually getting ready to do it now. I know you can't see it because it's written out, but this is a sticky. And on the sticky, it says, "Who am I?" And it says, "Write my 5-year vision." And the reason why I say do this when you're starting new beginnings, we are growing, we're changing, we're developing, we're becoming new people. And writing out, just get a notebook or whatever and write out who you are. I'm loving, I'm caring, I'm supportive, I'm powerful, I'm courageous, whatever you must say to yourself, write it out so you can start reading about yourself and the type of character or the type of person you want to be. And then for that 5-year plan or 3-year plan or whatever the vision is for you, but write out the vision of your life. Where do you want to take yourself? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to see in it? How does your day-to-day schedule look like? So you can really start visualizing where you're headed, because it'll make those new beginnings just a little bit easier. Because when people come to you and say, "Hey, why are you doing this? And you shouldn't be doing this," and you have the negative Nancy's in your ear, you can always go back to that vision and you can read it and you can reinforce that I'm doing this because this is a part of my plan, my destiny, my goal or my vision. So I hope that's helpful. Before we hop off,
It's very beautiful too. One, yeah, because I'm a big journaler. I have journals from back when I have my first diary from 5th grade, y'all. So I love to write and keep my thoughts and feelings. But one thing in doing that, I have really learned is over time, you get what you ask for.
Yeah.
You get the life, you get the life
True.
you have envisioned. It doesn't look exactly like that or happen in that timing, but
Boom.
everything I have at
Yeah.
some point in my journaling, I have either asked for, requested, prayed for,
Yeah.
envisioned, and it comes. You just don't always know what it comes with or what it takes to get there, but you get it. So
Yeah.
I love it. I love that advice.
Yeah.
So I see a vision board party in our future in October, November timeframe.
Oh, I host
host
vision board parties in
No,
January.
I would say that's Amber will host this. That sounds
I-
like, all right, guys, get your markers, get your board. Send us a to-do list.
Yep.
The needs.
I have
the-
literally,
I can see you doing
I
that.
have hosted 3 vision board parties. And yes, I send you everything that you need to bring. I have everything laid out. My husband, who's amazing, he goes to the store, gets all the stuff I say to get.
Mhm.
So yes, vision board party. I
So
have
down for that. So
Where
down for that.
where can everyone find you? Social media, email, all of that stuff. So y'all plug yourself so people know where to find you.
Well, mine is easy. Adrianne1111.com. ADRIANNE. Adrianne1111.com. You all can find me there, or Adrianne_yoga, ADRIANNE_ yoga. And that's it.
You can find me right now on Facebook, Amber Ford Evans. And then here in the next couple of weeks, it should be CoachAmberEvans.com.
So I'll make sure that all of your information is linked as well. And for anyone that's new to the podcast, you can just go to joshuajayberry.com, JOSHUAJAYBERRY.com, and then you can follow me on all of my social medias from there. Any final words before we close out?
No, thank you.
No, have a blessed day, everybody.
Bye,
Yeah.
y'all.
Love you guys.